Just a sec. Hey everyone, today is some of my horror movies that I really like. They're not like in a big franchise. So let's get on to it. First one we have here today is a film by Bob Clark, Black Christmas, the original. Not that new Black Xmas movie, but this was a good one. I've never seen the other one, but it's about these like sorority girls, and they get these weird calls, like inappropriate, and people start disappearing, but they think it's, since it's around Christmas, they think they left. And the name girl, she's just sitting at the house, her friends get killed, and they put a tab on it, on the phone, and the cop looks at it, and there's two phones, but in that house, but one of them was by a different number, and it was coming from that phone. The killer was there in the house the whole fucking time. And it's really, really scary. John Sashion's in it from Nightmare on Elm Street fame, and I did see him in a bunch of other things, like Fred Entering the Dragon. Next one I have up on here is another, and actually this one is from where I am, Canada. And the next one I have is Prom Night. Um, Prom Night, the original, it's part of the set I got, the Prom Night collection, which was a promotion for the new movie, which I didn't hear was too good and I never seen. There's Prom Night, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, Prom Night 3, and Prom Night 4. But the original Prom Night does not have nothing to do with the rest of the series. It's its own thing. It's about this little girl that went into this bandit school that later comes to her high school. And these kids are playing a game called The Killer's Coming, The Killer's Coming. And they all hide, and if they found they got killed. Well, the little girl comes in to play, and they see her, and they're like, the killer's coming, the killer's coming, and all the kids are dead already. And they thought, and then she wasn't even there from the beginning. She gets up on this like seal, backs up, and falls out the window and lands onto a glass window. And then you know how when windows break, how they glass hang. It came down, hit her right in the throat, slashed that, and blood came out. And they're like, no, we can't tell our parents. We're gonna be in jail. We can't go to jail. And like they keep a pact that they never told. And there was this like really weird sex offender guy that got burned up, and they thought he did it, and I think they killed him, and they just didn't know what happened. And uh, Leslie Nielsen and Jamie Lee Curtis are the stars of these movies. They're the only two I recognize. But like all these other fresh face actors. Paul Grogan. And her name's Maggie McCackle. I'm not pronouncing that right. And they meet this one guy after they drain the pond, and he tells them those were promise. And he tells them how they was a science experiment for the war. And it goes down this big lake. The girl did it, and they were trying to blame him, but you're not even supposed to go up on this land. And then the piranhas get like this one old cool man character, guy and his son fishing. The son survives. We don't see what happens to him. And all these people at this camp keep eating, and this resort. It's a really interesting film. Like, just how much people that died. Like, there's probably tons of people that died. 10 million, but like a few that we saw. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a bunch of people that died, but you couldn't really count them after all that. The next film I have is Stephen King, Children of the Corn. Peter Horton's Linda Hamilton from Terminator 2. And it's about this kid named Malachi and Isaac. I mean Isaac and Malachi. And they follow this weird, like, sort of religion thing. It's really weird and fucked up. So, like, they go in the corn and make, like, believe in this weird creature. And they're not allowed to, like, play or have fun. They're supposed to be, like, like, the Amish, like, you know what I mean? Like, just do work, I guess. But, there's the Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton are going to a job, and they have to go through Ghana. This one old man says there's nothing in Ghana, no gas, no phones, and they won't help you. They don't take kindly to strangers. And then they go anyways, and they run into the little boy and little girl, and they're like, there are no people here. Like, they run into the little kids, and all the little kids are trying to kill them. They find out they have to, they killed all the dogs and people over 19. Really interesting film. Not too much of a body count. Next film I have here is Sleepaway Camp from Scream Factory. There's the... yeah, great transfer and everything. And it's about this girl named Angela that saw her dad die years ago. And she goes to this summer camp called Camp Arawak. I think that's not right. And people just start mysteriously getting disappeared, or one guy gets hurt because he's cooked and he got his face boiled. And one kid drowns, one kid gets this bumblebee death. And then it's like, who's doing it, and like the camp saying it's accident, or, you know, like coincidence. The more kids start dying, and there's this really mean character named Mag, and she goes like, my name's Mag. M-E-G. It's like, fuck off, bitch. No. And then we find out who's doing the killing, and a big twist. Big, weird fucking stuff that happens. It's like, the bully, like, people, like, get killed at this camp and stuff. I don't want to tell you too much about it, because it's an excellent film. The last film I have here is John Carpenter's The Fog. This is a truly good film. Takes place in a small fisherman town. I forget. Antenna Bay. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please don't put a rude comment down there. And it stars Tom Atkins, Jamie Lee Curtis, Holbrook, and Ryan Moon, Deborah Hill, John Carpenter. You know, like the John Carpenter crew. They're always all in it. Janet Leigh and Katie Williams, and can't pronounce that one girl that earned the Light Ace. And the fog rolls in, kills three fishermen on their boat. The town goes all weird and fucked at a certain time. It's a really good film. You should check it out. It's a really good ghost film. Has a really good story. It's about like these sailors years ago killed 100 years ago. Killed these pirates and took their gold and built a church and built other things. And the ghosts were pissed about it, Blake and his men. So they were able to come back through the fog and kill them. And they gave him the people survive in it, but you know what I mean. It could have had a sequel. They opened it up to like there's gonna be a sequel, but I'm glad there wasn't. There was a crappy remake. Fuck the remake. And this is part one out of the 2 parts I'm doing it in.